Today, another beautiful morning. I am actually just being myself. Today's emotion is actually based on self-honesty and gratitude. To be honest with oneself can be very difficult because of the kind of creative being that we are. I like taking my strolls and just looking at different places. So what I've been doing between my runs, there are days I'll go out, like tomorrow. I have a 29-mile day. But today is my 6 to 7 mile walk. A lot of things transpire into my head when I'm doing this. Let me see where my volume is. A lot of things. As I walk, I make sure everything is touching the ground because it is a real meditative walk. Because what this does, it helps with the running and also align my back. The word faith came into my head this morning. 11:33. That has to be a meaning. I pay attention to numbers, so I just saw 11:33. So I got just go and read it again, just for a quick reminder. As the word faith comes into my head today, I begin to realize that it's easy to preach, to talk about faith. It's easy, extremely easy, to send a scripture about faith, about how one needs to give everything to the Lord and do all those yada 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 things. But the one thing about faith is, in actuality, to actually live it. The true meaning of faith is when things in one's life just look like it's cloudy. You don't know what you want to do. You are at peace with yourself, but you're trying to find out who you truly are. It's funny how most days I wake up, I don't even have food to eat. But it's also amazing how by the middle of the day, something always come up. It blew me away tremendously. And it also taught me so many lessons about this life. I think a lot of time when we go through financial disturbances, we tend to forget about ourselves. Because at that moment, when we don't have the cars and the house, we forget what's important. I'm not saying it's the easiest situation to be in or wish it upon anybody, but I do understand that during this type of hardship, you get to experience humbleness. You get to experience the real reality about what it is to be part of a human race. Racism is what we talked about a lot. We argue about it, we say so much about it. But the one thing that nobody ever seemed to mention, because we talk about black racism, stereotypes and all that, but the one racism that nobody talks about is the racism towards the one that do not have. All we have to do is look at somebody knowing that they look like they're not in a situation to provide for themselves. Our ego gets high. We don't even know how to treat somebody with respect. There's a different energy that we use when we see somebody who's in a higher class and somebody that's in a lower class. I get that all the time, but when you begin to tap into yourself, you could just see human beings for what they are. because you begin to see a reflection of you in other people. And the moment you begin to see that reflection of you in other people, that's when you begin to reach to your higher elevation. It's funny, if you ask me what do I want to do, I don't know. I've been told to go and look for work, go and do this, which I've done in the past. But at this moment, it's just not my journey yet. So when I hear the word lazy, I laugh a lot because a lazy person doesn't get up at 1 a.m. in the morning. So, and that being said, today, the word faith is real, but it's also very, very hard to put it into practice. I'm saying this today, hopefully someone else is watching this, is never give up on yourself. Never, ever let your situation define your emotions. I know it's very hard, that you cannot deny, but you are stronger than you realize. Life experience has taught me one thing: humbleness and compassion for others. So that was the emotion that I was going through today. Faith. Trying to find myself. So each time I'm out here, whether it's running or walking, I begin to ask myself different things. So in the meantime, I am listening to this bird and just pointing this camera around and just living in the moment. The only power that I have right now is the ability to control this moment. I'm going to say, please support if you can. Till next time, one love.